Yo, what's up, everybody? What's good? It's your boy Sega Man back with the Xbox Alpha podcast with my special guest, my boy Tuck Master, and we're going to get into some great topics. Well, not really a lot of topics today, but the main topic we're going to get into, we'll talk about here after I introduce my exile brother Tuck Master. I did send an invite to Keybot. Come on for a little bit. There's not a lot really to talk about today in the gaming news, so it's just going to be like maybe a couple topics, and that's it. And then we got to go. So no further ado, let me introduce my brother, Tuckmaster. Hey, Tuckmaster, tell everybody where they can find you, my man.
Hey everybody, this is your boy DJ Tugmaster, the original Pony Killer, and I do mean the original goddamn Pony Killer. Can't stand the ponies, never will stand a pony. But anyway, y'all can get me on Facebook, Instagram, Xbox, wherever you want to find me at. You can get in contact with me at, especially with my Axel brothers and all that stuff. You can't beat us. You can't beat us with a stick. So that's all I gotta say about that.
So, man, before we get started with the Alpha podcast, I want to give a special thanks out to Smitty Smith for winning the code that my brother Tuckmaster gave out last weekend for Ultimate Game Pass. 3 months of Ultimate Game Pass. See, over here, we give out and reward people that come and rock out with your boy Sega Man on the Alpha Podcast and Tuckmaster and Hebot. We give out stuff when we can, rather it be games, a subscription to Ultimate Game Pass. You know what I mean? Or a game. We give out something, man, when we can. So it's when we can do it, we do it. You know what I mean? When we know we have it, we give it. To the true gamers out there that rock out with us, man. We always do that, always. So, with no further ado, I did hear from Hebot, and he'll be coming in. He'll be coming in here in a little bit. He's trying to do something at home, but like I said before, guys, I'm not going to be on here long because I got some things I got to do with the family. So we're going to get into the really, really big topic, actually, that's been streaming around in gaming news, and I'm going to get Tuckmaster's opinion about it first, and then I'll talk about it. So there is something on gaming news about our game that belongs on Xbox, which is Forza Horizon 5, and there was an article saying that it was going to be coming to PS5. So when I seen that, I was like, "Huh, man, keep dreaming." So we're gonna have Tuckmaster give his opinion about Forza 5 coming onto another system, the PS5. So we're going to see what Tuckmaster has to say about that, man. So, Tuck, there was an article, brother, last week. Yeah, I know. There was an article last week, man, saying, hey, PlayStation fans, don't worry. Uh, it's possible that Forza Horizon 5 that's on the Xbox will be coming to your preferred console. So, Tuckmaster, what do you think about that?
Um, Let me tell you right now. Whoever wrote the article, whoever did the article, they crazy, they delusional. It got to be one of the top pony fans of all time if they think that Microsoft's gonna go out there and do some shit like that. Okay, that ain't gonna happen. This guy who I guess who did it, he doing it for some clickbait material. Because you know how they, negative news. I guess he called it positive news for the Xbox. I mean, for the Sony fans, but in reality, it's not no news at all. He's just doing it for clickbait material, and that's it. I mean, I just don't understand how these people really do think. I mean, I'm gonna play like this. Ever since the Xbox One came out, we had exclusives that they have always have wanted. But as far as this, we're gonna get to that topic later today too. Because I want to talk about that. But
Okay.
with this news right here, man, Who and you know what? And you know what makes it so bad? You got some of these ponies actually believing in that bullshit. I don't understand it. I don't know. I don't know who wrote this, but they have lost their damn mind, and that's it. I mean, second man, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, I want your feedback on it, and then I'm gonna feed off of you. But right now, I just can't say nothing really about it. Besides that guy, he just want to get clickbait material for his channel and get money and all that stuff. If he got like over 100,000 subs and everything, he's doing the thing for clickbait. So
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
right. So that's right, man.
and
I want to. Yeah,
yeah,
you're right. So I'll give a shout out to Killer Chauvin 82 coming in and joining my brother Tuckmaster. Thank you for coming, man. Thank you for the three people that are rocking out with us right now on the Alpha Podcast. Always welcome to come and join us on the Alpha Podcast, man, with me and Hebot and Tuckmaster. But I'm going to give my opinion about that. This is what I don't understand. In the beginning in 2013 with the Xbox One, it was the 720p box. A little later on, people were going on saying you know, we Xbox got no games. Um, Xbox has no power. So let's fast forward real quick to make a long story short. They came out with the Xbox One S. Everybody was like, "Wow, this thing is beautiful. This is awesome." It implemented HDR10 into it to give it, to give it some more appeal. New technology they put in there with HDR10, and it looked beautiful when you played it on your 4K TV. And then fast forward a little bit more, we got the Xbox One X, which became the most powerful console on the planet. It was beaten out, and a lot of people don't want to admit this, but it was beaten out, the PS4 Pro in power. It did. It was 6 teraflops, and I think the PS4 Pro was 4. I can't remember, so don't quote me on that. So it was beating them in the power narrative. Some of the games played and looked better. The system, the One X, was true 4K, 60 frames per second. Games like Gears of War and Forza 7. Forza Horizon 4, I believe. I think 3 might have been 4K 30. I can't remember, but it was a true first 4K system that was out there. Was the Xbox One X. So um, then we started getting games. Okay, let's just forget about the narrative. We always had games. Okay, we always had games. People just ran with a certain YouTuber that said Xbox got no games, so they made a big thing out of it. We always had games. We had better games at launch than the PlayStation. We did. Killer Instincts, Rise Son of Rome, just to name a couple, were the best games, some of the best games that ever came out for the Xbox system. Okay, so we start getting Cuphead, games like Ori. Okay, so people over there on the PlayStation side got mad, wanted to make petitions, wanted that on their system. They were mad because we got Tomb Raider first on the Xbox. Played beautiful, looks very beautiful on the One X because I played it and beat it. And but yet they still taught that Xbox got no games. So let's fast forward to now. 2021. We had the best E3. We won E3 hands down. There's people out there that say Nintendo won E3. That's bullshit. They didn't win E3. They had an okay E3, but Microsoft won E3. Period. So, and they came out with a lot of games that came out on Game Pass. 27 of those are going to be on Game Pass. They came out with some exclusives. They showed you stuff that the studios that they implement and what they're doing, what they're working on. You know what I mean? So they won E3. So obviously the ponies, true PlayStation fans were watching, and when they seen Forza Horizon 5, the demonstration of it being in game playing, people playing, not just a video. These are actual people playing, seeing the way the worlds looked in Forza Horizon 5. You know what I mean? A lot of those ponies, they got butthurt about it. They got in their feelings. Let's just be real about it. They got in their feelings about it. Okay. They
True,
got
true,
mad. They got
very true.
mad. That's right. They got mad. They got pissed off. You know what I mean? And even the media. This is what makes it sad about gaming, guys. True gaming out there. The gaming media or these clickbait gaming media places, when they put out stuff that Forza Horizon 5 is coming to PlayStation 5, okay, you know that there's something wrong there, okay? They cannot give Microsoft their flowers. They deserve it. They busted their ass to, they busted their ass to please their consumers, their fans. They're doing a lot for us with Game Pass. There is nothing out there right now, and everybody always says it on the True Xbox podcast. There's nothing out there right now that is better than Game Pass on any other system. Nothing.
Nothing,
There's nothing
nothing.
out there better right now because they got great games that just come in there, like the new Dungeon and Dragon games. Dark was it Dark? What is it called again? Tuck.
Dark
Uh,
Alliance, Dark
Dark
Alliance.
Alliance. Dark Alliance. Me and Tucker playing that. Hebot's playing that. Looks beautiful on my Xbox Series X. Blown away. You know what I mean? And I'm just gonna let you know right now. Okay. I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that, but you're not going to see Forza Horizon 5 on the PlayStation. It is an Xbox One exclusive. Just like you're not going to see Gears of War on Xbox, okay? Because if that's what you guys want to do, and that you want Forza Horizon 5, then maybe we should get God of War on the Xbox. Then, how do you feel about that? Maybe we should get Last of Us on the Xbox, okay? If you want, I mean, you know what I mean. You guys are, all happy thinking that Forza Horizon 5 is coming to PlayStation. I hate to tell you, it's not. It's not coming to PlayStation. You know what I mean? If you want to play Forza Horizon 5, and I keep saying this over and over again because you guys keep listening to that bullshit gaming media out there all the time. These are true gamers that talk to you every weekend, every week. If you want to play Forza Horizon 5, get an Xbox, get a mobile phone, cloud gaming, or get a laptop, and you can play Forza Horizon 5 through Ultimate Game Pass, okay?
Or
That's the
better
only
yet, get a tablet.
or get a tablet. That is the only way that you guys are going to experience true greatness racing games, which is on the Xbox, which is Forza Horizon 5. Okay, it's not coming to PlayStation. And to be honest with you, PlayStation 5 would not be able to handle or run that game on that
No,
system.
no,
Okay, it would not. Okay, it doesn't even do true 4K. Okay, I'm not trying to be mean, guys. I'm telling you the truth. Okay, I'm not trying to troll Sony. I'm telling you, it can't even do that. A brand new system can't even do 4K. It does 1080p. You know what I mean? It doesn't. There's something wrong here. You know what I mean? Maybe
and
some
see,
of their huh?
and see Sega Man, and see that's the reason why I get disgusted with these Sony Pony fans because they spend $500 for a damn 1080p, 60 frames per second box or whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna give a good example. That's the reason why. And I'm gonna be mean to y'all because I don't give a fuck about y'all. I'm gonna be mean to y'all because y'all motherfuckers need to know their truth. The PS5 ain't nothing but a PS4 Pro 6.2. It's not a true 4K machine. We're dealing with full true K. We got a 4K machine, 60 frames per second, or either 125%, or either 125 frames per second. What do y'all have? 4K, either 4K 30 frames per second, or either 1080p 60 frames per second. So what is it going to be, y'all? What is it going to be? I mean, it's true what Sega Man is saying. Y'all do not have a true 4K machine. Microsoft then passed y'all up. Y'all ain't liking what Xbox and Microsoft is doing. So get off the train wagon. And that's it. And just deal with whatever's going on with your damn system. Now, I guarantee you this. I guarantee you, PS5 will come out with another system. If not next year, the year after, to try to make up for what they did in this system. But y'all ass are gonna go out there and spend $500 more on a damn system to try to get true 4K. And y'all don't even got true 4K with this one. But here we go. The narrative is gonna be, if that happens, we got a system. But hell, y'all spend $500 more bucks on that damn
What's up
system.
with you, Rain?
So
yeah,
I'm just
right.
I'm just saying it don't make no sense. Sega Man, it just don't make no damn sense. As far as I'm concerned, like I said, the PlayStation ain't nothing but a PS4 PS4 Pro 6.2. You know, they can talk about their damn interface, they can talk about their little control all they want to, but I don't play games for interfaces, and I don't play games to have a damn little controller doing all this little cute stuff and all that stuff, and the controller is damn near breaking too. So what the hell are we talking about? I mean, my nephew, he just bought an Xbox Series X. It comes in on July the 2nd. And he said the only thing that he don't like about the Xbox is that he got to use batteries. But this is what I told him. I said, put in respect, Derek. If you buy a PS4 controller, that controller goes out and it don't charge no more. You have to go out there and buy a new controller. So which way would I rather go? I'd rather go out there and buy me some new batteries any damn day than me have to go out there and buy another damn controller for 54, 60, 80 damn bucks when the damn thing runs out. And plus, I told him that all your other, and he didn't know this, and I said, plus, y'all, the other Xbox controllers can run on your new Series X or S. So it's an advantage. It's an advantage, Sony ponies, and you just don't get it to your thick ass skull. And like Sega Man said, there's only two options that you're gonna have. There's really four options. Get the damn Game Pass, play it on the PC, your tablet, or your phone, or better yet, and this is gonna hurt y'all damn feelings, get a damn Xbox, period. You hear me? And that's what hurting y'all pride more than any damn thing, for you to hear true gamers say what they got to say about the Xbox Series X and its brand. You can't go wrong with the brand. You can't. All the generation of 2013, all Xbox don't get no games. All. And then y'all asked to sign up petitions for what's the name of the damn game? Titanfall, Sunrise of Rome, all the mother good games that we had on our platform before, and then we not once even asked.
You guys still using the hose?
Shit at all. We don't need y'all.
You guys still using the hose? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's get this straight. Horizon Zero Dawn, single player experiences. What's the name of that one that came out not too long ago? They not even playing it no more. You got Ratchet and Clank. They're not even playing
Ratchet
it no
and
more.
Clank.
Single player experience. Huh?
What's the other one? Spider-Man?
You got Spider-Man. Nobody ain't playing that damn game no more. And if they are, they morons. If you hear me, if they are, they morons. You gonna keep on playing the same single player experience game over and over and over and over again? Where in our eyes, we got multiplats. I mean, we got the multiplayer on every single Xbox exclusive game that Microsoft makes. We have multiplayer. We got it. We can keep on playing our games over and over and over again. I mean, it's like for myself, I got Gears of War 5. Hey, I don't play the single player no more because of what I'm done with it. Unless they have some more content, yeah, I might play it again. But other than that, once that game is done, it's done. The single player is done. But the thing about it is, I still got multiplayer. You hear me? I have multiplayer. So I can get on the damn thing any damn time, man, when I want to play multiplayer. So, you know what? Yeah, Sony ponies, if y'all want to keep on sticking with y'all damn pathetic ass PS4 Pro 6.2, be my guest. And if y'all want to come at me, bring it on. Because I don't give a rat's ass about Sony, the PlayStation brand at all. Because y'all brainwashed. Y'all mind is brainwashed. Y'all be the one thing. I'm 54 years old. I grew up with the PS1. I grew up with the PS2. I done had a PS3. After those three systems right there, I decided that, hey, no, I'm not going that route no more. Especially when they had the Xbox come out. Because once the Xbox, and I got introduced to the original Xbox when the PS2 was out. And I said, no, and I said the same thing. And I said the same thing myself, y'all. I said the same damn thing myself. Oh, no, it's not better. It's not better than the PS2. Man, my God, I was wrong. My friend had bought that he bought the Xbox, the original Xbox. Dude, I was like blown away. So after that, I put my PS2 away and bought an Xbox. Bought an Xbox and I loved it. I loved everything that it has down to it. So as far as I'm concerned, hey, get off that narrative, get off that train wagon, because get off that what you call that dope machine that you got, because it's not coming to the PS5 or the PS4.
Yeah, that's right, man. That's right. It was just they were really bold to do that, man. You know what? And to the true gamers out there, shouts out to Rain G4, my brother. I've been following that brother for a long time when he was with what's his name, our brother that's no longer on here, B Shadows. You know what I mean? And he makes good points, man. He says in 2022, everyone that hated on Xbox will have hell to pay. And he's right.
That's true. That's right.
He's right. He's right, man.
About that.
He's right.
He's right. That's right. He's
right. Because, they came a long way. They made a mistake. So what? Everybody in the gaming industry has made mistakes, including Sony. They made a lot of mistakes. So, mistakes are going to happen in businesses. It doesn't even have to be gaming. It happens in any kind of business. Mistakes are made. Mistakes are made. Mistakes are corrected. You know what I mean? So we're really living good over here now, man. We had a great E3. You know what I mean? We're the only one with the best racing game out here on the planet. I'm just being real. Gran Turismo is yesteryear when it comes to racing. I'm serious. It just is. It's yesteryear. You know what I mean? Gran Turismo can't touch Forza, man. I'm sorry.
No,
some people might be mad about me saying that, saying you don't know because the new one ain't out yet or whatever. Well, I would like to see something. I would like to see the new Gran Turismo, because I've never seen any footage or anything that Gran Turismo got that's coming out. Gran Turismo Sport was a failure on the PlayStation 4. It didn't really do well at all. Forza outshined Gran Turismo Sport. It did. Forza Horizon 6, it outshined their racing game. You know what I mean? It just did. But back in the day, I ain't gonna lie. Back in the day, Sony was holding it down with Gran Turismo. They were holding it down with Gran Turismo. All my friends that had PlayStations at the time, your boy Sega Man had a Sega Saturn, so I was playing Sega Rally and Sega Daytona. You know what I mean, racing. But back then, it was beating the hell out of those racing games that were on the Saturn. The PlayStation, they had the number one, which was Gran Turismo. It's their only really number one huge franchise that made a lot of money. It was Gran Turismo. It was Gran Turismo that put them on top. Let's just be real. Gran Turismo put them on top in the old school PlayStation days. You know,
Yeah,
maybe Resident
and that's
Evil,
true. And
but
that's true.
it was Gran Turismo. You know what I mean? So shouts out to everybody in the chat, man, being active. What's up, everybody? I'm glad everybody can come and rock out with me and your boy Tuck Master Rain G4, Wild Horse 74, my brother. Wild Horse is here, Pal Trex is here. What's up, everybody? What's going on, man? Glad to see y'all in here, man. Hope you guys
Yeah,
are having a good time with your Xboxes and playing games. But um, that was just when I seen that, I was just like, wow, they'll do anything. They'll do anything for clickbait. They'll do anything, brothers, Exile brothers, to not give us any shine. You know what I mean? They'll do anything to
yeah, they
not.
will.
Xbox can't get no shine, bruh. You know what I
Yeah, they will.
mean?
I
I'm
mean,
gonna go through the chat.
and don't get me wrong, ponies. Gran Turismo back in the doggone day. Oh my God! I remember when I used to go to my friend's house. Man, we used to try to beat each other's damn time and all that stuff. And I mean, I'm like, man, I mean, it's like, wow. You know, it was just a good race car game back in the day. But they got lazy, they got complacent. All of a sudden, they stopped making them. They stopped making it. I don't know the reason why they stopped making it. But then all of a sudden, they started coming out with this Gran Turismo prologue and all that stuff where you can just get so many cars and all that stuff, and you have to wait for another pack to come out so you can get the other cars. And then after that, you know, it just got downright stupid.
Yeah.
So, you know, so other here go Xbox, they come out with Forza. You know, I'm saying I'm gonna give it a try because you know I say okay, Gran Turismo is one of my best. But when they came out with the Forza Motorsports, man, dude, it was like wow. It was like okay, what can Sony do to better this? But all of a sudden, Sony stopped making it, and Sony ponies, y'all know I'm true about it. They stopped making the damn game. I mean, they didn't start making the damn game back up until what? Until the PlayStation 4. So port 3, I mean, so the PlayStation 3, you didn't have no generation. And really the part 2, you didn't have no generation in PlayStation 2, really. Because if you think about it, you had those prologues then. You know, you come out with them damn prologues and all that stuff, and people weren't interested in it. So it didn't sell worth a damn. So I mean, now if I'm not mistaken, I think the first Gran Turismo was on the PS1, right?
Yeah, the
So,
first
man,
Gran Turismo, very first Gran Turismo came out on the PlayStation 1. I knew because I had a neighbor,
okay,
Tony, this Italian dude. He had a PlayStation 1. He played that religiously. He played Gran Turismo. Every time I go over and say what's up to him, man, he was always playing Gran Turismo 1 and 2, I believe, on the PlayStation 1. You know what I mean? So
right?
yeah, it did
So
originate on there. That's what made them the money. It was that and Madden. Okay, Madden.
that
Madden
man, yeah,
Madden on at the time was the big football game, and PlayStation it was better on the PlayStation, and that's what made their money was Madden, in my opinion, and Gran Turismo back in the day, guys. Y'all know that. Everybody was playing Madden on PlayStation 1 and 2 for the longest time until
yeah.
2K, NFL 2 came out and whipped their ass. So, you know what I mean?
And if it
That's
wasn't
that's
because if it wasn't because of that damn hot coffee scandal, they probably would have got the they probably would have turned around and tried to get the license of the football. But during that time, you know, they was having that hot coffee scandal from Grand
uh,
Theft Auto.
yeah, and on San Andreas. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, right.
Yeah, they had that big old coffee scandal right there because people found that out. But now if it came out today, it wouldn't have been no damn problem. But back then, you know, that's how family, you know, that's how people were back then. But if they came out with that shit now, it would, I mean, you know, if they would have had it now, like it is right now, people wouldn't worry about it. But that's the reason why they had to start the rating on the boxes and all that stuff. And, you know, and the thing about it is, people are still going to do what people are going to do. You know, I used to work for GameStop. I used to turn and tell people, about the rating on the boxes and everything. But you think they care? They said, no, our kid can play it.
That's right. Me and you both used to work for GameStop. I did
Yeah.
too, man. Yeah, that's true. And you know what, Tuckmaster, Wild Horse, I'm glad. Shouts out to the homie G Wild Horse 74. In his comment, he's right about this. He said some petitions are made on Starfield coming to PlayStation 2. So that you're right, man. You're right about that. That's another thing that their community is ass hurt about. And like I said before, they shouldn't have to come out and apologize. We got Hebot in the house. So let's get Hebot into the stream here real quick, and then we're gonna ask Hebot about the Forza 5 coming. Then we'll skip ahead to the Starfield. All right.
You know what? I'll put like this. I'm put like this. Hey man, I wish that man wouldn't even came out and apologized. I really wish he wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I really wish he would not even come out and apologize. Because like you said, he don't got no reason to apologize at all.
That's right. That's right. Well, we got my brother, the most powerful gamer on the Alpha Podcast. My brother Hebot is always welcome here. This is his home, the Alpha Podcast. You know what I mean? He's here. He thinks he's getting his mic ready. You know what I mean? We're going to get Hebot's opinion. Yeah. I think Hebot has a really good opinion about this, what we're getting ready to talk about here, what we talked about. So Hebot, man, what's up, brother? How you doing today, man?
Just trying to get some things done on the move, trying to get, I'm going on my way to get my son again in the car, you see?
Yeah, what's up, brother? I see you, man. I see you, my brother.
Hey, second man. I gotta do this. His name is not Hebot. His name is professional. His name is Professor Heboticus.
Oh, is it now?
The professor?
Because he put all them there ponies in their place, and they don't like it either.
Tell him again. Tell him again, Tuckmaster, what his name is.
I named this man Heboticus. Professor Heboticus.
Yeah, but we
professor of gaming.
Oh yeah.
I am Professor Heboticus to Tuck.
That's right, man. That's right, and you're gonna like it. You know what I mean? But I tell you what, I want to hear Hebot's opinion about this. So Hebot, real quick, brother, take your time. You know there was something going on here in social media in the gaming community, and there was a article written saying that, hey guys, the Horizon 5 is going to be coming to the PlayStation 5. So I looked at it, checked it out. Hebot, I was like, wow, these they'll do anything for these clicks. So Hebot, brother, what do you think about this article that came out in the game and out there in the gaming streets, man, out here in the gaming community about Forza Horizon 5 going to PlayStation, my man? What do you think?
Well, they try to put it like a question mark, like a what if, but the fact of the matter is it's being done as a clickbait. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because again, excuse me a second. Again, like I've been saying for a long time, like I've been telling you guys and the audience, and when we've been on the podcast with 100, the Exile, I've been saying this since last generation that all these channels and all these social media sites for gaming, right? A big majority of them, like 90%, built their channels and those sites based off negative agendas, right? Or negative hate or clickbaiting or hating on Xbox particularly, right? So they are in this transitioning right now where they see a lot of shifting and positivity, when it comes to Microsoft, right?
Yeah.
Because, there's really nothing there was never any real reason to hate on Xbox. But obviously, now that it's more evident and clear that they are the true leaders of the gaming industry as far as what they're doing, as far as what they're trying to do for the community, for gaming as a whole, for the culture. They're really no other company that is even on their level. No Nintendo, no Sony. Yes, Nintendo and Sony get those AAA games that they make that get highly praised, but we all know it's because it's the cool thing to do, right? It's the agenda, right? They are in most cases overhyped, right? And yeah, they have some good games, but they're not to the way they make it seem in comparison to like what Xbox does. That they make it seem like Xbox games just have no chance next to them, like they're garbage. When that's not true. That's a complete fallacy, right? So I think the problem is that because it's hard now to talk about Xbox in a negative light, they have to speak positive or more positive. It's still not bringing in revenue, right? As far as clicks, not bringing enough views. Because the trick before, last gen, was you talk positive PlayStation, obviously you're going to get all the PlayStation love from the PlayStation fans, right? And then you talk negative Xbox, you're going to get all the troll PlayStation come in, and then you're going to get all the Xbox Defense Force come in and say something in defense of what they're doing. And I think now is just, if you talk positive about Xbox, you're just gonna get the positive Xbox guys coming in to check it out, and then only the Sony trolls will be like, "Oh, what the hell y'all doing? This is crazy." Blah 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 blah. So they're not making enough revenue with the views, right? There's not enough views, and this is the biggest problem for them because now they have to figure out a way to balance that to be able to sustain their sites, to be able to sustain, their to be able to sustain what they've created, what they've built. That's why I've always said from the very beginning that when you built something like a YouTube site, right, or a channel, and you are an influencer, because that's automatically the tagline. When you're an influencer on YouTube, right, you're considered an influencer. You have to make sure that your messaging and what you do as an influencer is always the same. That you don't change your narrative, and that you stay consistent and stay, true to your fan base, right? Because if you create your fan base with fakes, agendas and hate and things of that nature, then that fan base, right, once you do something different, even though it may be video game related, a lot of them are not going to be able to accept the new pill to swallow, right, so to speak, metaphorically, right? And that's the problem that's going on. So these guys are like, okay, well, what can we do to create views and traffic? Well, let's talk about something positive on Xbox like Forza 5, right? And let's say, well, what if it comes to PlayStation, since Microsoft has this new type of agenda, right? Or type of approach towards gaming. And this is why they feel, okay, we'll do this type of video, or we do these types of articles, right? In this case, and I guarantee you we're going to get traffic. And that's exactly what it did. It created good traffic. It created negative traffic. It created controversial traffic, meaning where people are split and divided into two. But at the same time, it was unnecessary, right? Because it's giving false information to a regular person coming in for the very first time, let's say, right? Into the gaming community. And let's say they bought an Xbox, right? Because they happened to see E3.
Yeah.
They saw that Forza Horizon 5 looks absolutely stunning, right? And beautiful. And it convinced them, you know what? I want to buy an Xbox because they're a console gamer, let's say. Or I want to buy this game on my new PC. So I'm going to get Game Pass, or I'm going to get on Xbox or Microsoft's ecosystem. And so it's to kind of, and let's say normally there'll be like a PlayStation person or a Nintendo person. and that will bring them, and that brought them in. And now, well, by them doing this, we're like, oh crap, why did I buy it for if it's going to come to PlayStation? You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that's where it comes, where it's irresponsible of that, site or that influencer, whichever one it can be, to say, hey, look, let's write this down, let's make the press, let's put this out there, let's publish it, and it'll be okay. That's where it becomes responsible. And those are the people that I absolutely despise, and really, I really don't like them, because that's what they did all last gen with Microsoft, when they would do stupid articles of, oh, look, the Xbox power supply is this huge, massive brick. It looks like a brick from from a building, doing dumb things, and then not even explaining, well, look, the reason why Microsoft did this power brick was it's a power surge protector, right? In case of any outage or anything that happens to the console, like burnouts or whatever, because they were trying to overcompensate for the problems that they had and the issues that they faced during the 360 with the red rings of death, because that cost Microsoft almost damn near $2 billion with a B to fix, right?
That's right.
They couldn't fix that, and they couldn't afford to have that type of incident all over again this generation, right? That started. So they overcompensated, and that's the reason why the Xbox One had that bigger design that almost looked very similar to like a old, tape deck or a VCR type of deal, where that's where the meme and the stupidity came from. When in reality, no gamer worries about what a console looks like, because if that was the case, we would have made fun of the 64. We would have made fun of the GameCube. We would have made fun of the Atari Jaguar. No, the Jaguar. The Jaguar was absolutely horrendous. It looked ugly, right? Or we would have made fun of the PS3. The PS3 looked like a big cockroach, right?
Looked like a big George Foreman grill, yeah. Right,
like a big George Foreman grill closed up, absolutely. So again, these are just really the practices, right? The practices that really exist because they came and kind of segued over from last generation, because these guys are trying to find, how are we going to keep the traffic high, and how are we going to keep this revenue coming in? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the biggest problem. No, Wild Horse. I'm a Uber to my family.
He's in the Uber, man. He's doing deliveries, my brother.
And a Reagan G4, and you know what? And I thought the PS3 didn't have Gran Turismo, so I'm sorry about that, man.
Yeah, it started out on PlayStation. Yep.
But I didn't know that they had one on the PS3.
Yeah,
about what?
They did. They didn't.
What, Gran Turismo?
Yeah, Yep.
Oh, that was a debacle though. Chuck, the debacle on Gran Turismo on PS3. They first released this demo that was like chicken scratch. It literally had like 12 games,
right,
and like 3 levels, and then they did another one that was a little bit better, and it still was like very bare bone after the fact. So it was there, but it wasn't at the caliber that people were already used to when they got it in the PS1,
ADOS X,
PS2 era. You understand?
Yep.
Right.
So it wasn't at that caliber. It wasn't at that standard. They had it. They had it on PS3.
Yeah, that's right. He bought.
Hey, Mr. Right. They had it on the PS3 era, but it wasn't to the standards and the caliber that they were known for during the PS2 and the PS1 era when they first started. But again, at the same time, we have to remember that. Stop it. At the same time, we have to remember, guys, that the main reason why Gran Turismo has so much success, right, on PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, was
Mm-hmm.
because one, that type of simulator had never been done before, right?
No, yeah, it never been
Right?
done. Yeah,
Yep.
But at the same time, it was because Sony was the only company with the deepest pockets to pay for all those licenses of all those cars.
right.
You see
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say? Because
right, right.
Sega created Sega GT, and to be
Yeah.
honest, it was a much better game
Sega
as
GT was
far as the
better.
structure, as far as the fun factor, the modes, and how it played, the gameplay, right? Much better game.
Right, right.
But it lacked the most important thing that was the most appealing to the fans, which was high quality licensed cars.
Cars, yeah.
That played a big role, right?
Right. Right.
So the community in gaming didn't embrace it the way that it deserved because just Sega didn't have those pockets at that point. Had Sega been a Microsoft, they had the pockets, then they would have been able to challenge them and more than likely would have had a chance to overthrow them or at least be recognized as the same way that Gran Turismo was as a series in the gaming community or in the gaming world, right? I think that was
Right.
why once Forza was introduced with the Motorstorm series or the Motorsport series on OG, that's why it had such a big impact because here are these new guys, talented, that were real gaming car enthusiasts. Like these are guys that are car engineers that worked in the industry, that were racers, that actually put their love and dedication and and retrospective intelligence into how to make the game. And not only that, Microsoft's purse, they had big pockets like Sony. So they were able to acquire licenses just like Gran Turismo from these other real world licensees of cars. And and you see where we are today, where Gran Turismo doesn't hold a candle next to Forza Motorsport or Forza Horizon. It's still a good game. It still has quality, but it's not to the standards of what they set with Turn 10. You know what I mean? So that just showed you that if they had somebody to compete with them toe to toe back then, a lot of things would have been much more different. You understand? And
Yeah.
that's what I hate when people talk about. Yes, but Philippine with Sony reigns supreme with the Gran Turismo series, but they don't really give the full details and reasoning why they were successful. They make it seem like they were successful because they made the best game ever, and that was it. When that was not the case, they were not challenged. They were not. They were not. Tested because no one had the pockets that Sony had at that point to buy all those things that they needed to implement in the game, right? So they were the number one racer, but that's because there was no real challenge. There was no real competitive game out there that could go toe to toe. And like I said, with the exception of Sega GT, but it lacked way less content and it lacked the licenses, which is a very important thing, especially with car enthusiasts, because once they got that taste of, oh damn, well these got real cars, they got over almost 900 or 1,000 cars in the game because they were able to manage to put that many cars in there. And that was a game changer. People were like, oh shit. So, they did, move the industry as far as making something that was never done before, but it was because they were not challenged. They didn't have nobody to compete with them, obviously. So, I can say that, but it's still got to get respect because, it was, part of the history. It was part of gaming, even though, looking at back today next to something like Forza, it really doesn't, go toe to toe, even though some people still think the simulation is much more realistic and better in Gran Turismo, right? For whatever reason. So it is what it is. But as far as that article, again, like I said, that was done because the websites created their own path, right? They basically they made their own bed last gen by hating everything Xbox, making everything negative Xbox, to get flooded with views and flooded with traffics. And
Yeah,
now
big
because
time.
that right, and now because that agenda has completely changed, because Microsoft is being much more positively looked at around the world, because it's even doing well in Japan, thank God, for the first time. And so now there's no way to just hate without being caught in 4K, as they say, the kids nowadays, and being exposed. If people are like, whoa, why are you talking bad? This looks more like a hate piece than it is a piece of truth, or of being honest with with your audience, right? So it's shame on them for doing it, but at the same time, it's good that they did it, because now people know the type of site they are and the type of material they're creating, that they're not really genuine, that they're disingenuous, right? Yeah, it's the first motorsports. Yeah. So in that sense, you got to look at it like, you got to take the good with the bad. It's good that they did it, because now they basically exposed themselves, but it's bad that they did it because they're spreading lies and being disingenuous. And when anybody coming from the outside in, that's new, that doesn't know gaming like that, that's a casual, is going to believe it and think, well, why I bought an Xbox if I bought it for Motorsports 5 or Horizon 5? Now I don't need it because it's coming to PlayStation, possibly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got that right.
So that's basically how I feel about that whole scenario with that article.
Wild Horse. 4 Motorsport 2 came out on OG, and then 3 and 4 came out on 360. I believe. Mm-hmm. So, what's up, Bob? How you doing, man? So yeah, it's good that to hear Hebot's perspective of that, man, about them saying stuff like that. I mean, they're just
about them saying stuff like that. I mean, they're just
going on beyond.
It's just going on beyond. It's just going beyond, man.
But the next thing we're going to talk about.
The next thing we're going to talk about
is
Starfield.
Somebody get an echo.
Huh?
Somebody get an echo.
That might be he.
Hebot.
You still there, brother? Yeah.
I think
he left
the car.
He'll be back.
Okay.
Oh, I muted the mic. Did it mute? What the hell?
No. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I muted the mic because I have you guys on auxiliary, but that's why you hear an echo, because it's in my car. But I was throwing out some stuff out of the car.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So we don't much to talk about today, Hebot, but the next thing we're going to talk about here, because we're not going to be too long. I got some stuff I got to do with the fam, you know what I mean, on Saturday. But the next thing we're going to talk about real quick here is the Starfield thing, man. You know what I mean? And Tuck wanted to talk about something too that he wanted to bring up later on in the podcast here. So Tuck, let's go with that. There was something you wanted to talk about. You were mentioning to me before we went live, man. So what was it that you wanted to talk about, man?
Well, I kind of already brought it up, because I'm just, it's just really about what's going on with the PlayStation people. They don't want to give Xbox no respect. They don't want to give Microsoft no respect. Go on ahead and don't give us no respect at all. Go ahead and stay with your little miniature ass PS4 Pro 6.2 and leave us Xbox good people alone, because we don't need you. But like I said, if y'all want to come onto the Xbox side, like I said, I already don't want you on our side, but understand that I don't have nothing to do with that. But y'all gonna do it either way it go. But don't buy Xbox just to downgrade it, because I know y'all will. Y'all always do that crap. And that's all it is too, because us, as far as we're concerned, I'm not buying a PS4. I had a PS3 and I sold it. Got rid of it. When I bought the 3, I got rid of it when I bought the Xbox one, and that was the best move ever made because it was nothing but just collecting dust. That's all it is to it. And that's another thing too. How many of y'all got single player games and that's all y'all play on your PS5? Either way it go, and just collect dust. You mean tell me y'all bought a $500 machine and you get a single player experience just to play a single player game? And a lot of them do that too. Don't get me wrong. A lot of the Xbox people might do it too. But there's only one advantage that we got over y'all. We got the Game Pass. So that is a big advantage. But more like what I'm trying to say is when y'all PS people turn around have one one game experiences, single player experiences, and that's all y'all do is just buy that damn game system for one damn game. Dude, y'all need to have your asses kicked. I'm sorry. I mean, I just can't see myself doing it. So that's the reason why I'm always telling y'all. That's the reason why I'm always telling y'all Sony pony straight up. There's a couple ways that you can play the Xbox, but I know y'all ain't gonna do it because it's a part of Microsoft, and that's it. But like I said, we got the cloud, we got the Game Pass, where you can play it on your PC, the Xbox, or your tablets or your phone. You can't knock Microsoft doing what they're doing. So I tell you right now, you damn Sony ponies, get on your boy, Prune Face, Jim Ryan, and tell him to give y'all Game Pass. Because I know some of y'all want his head. But that ain't gonna do no good either way it go because
they probably won't buy that either.
Yeah, well, that's true too. But I'm just saying, if y'all really want to, just like you said, y'all might not even do your own damn Game Pass either, because we know how y'all get butthurt. Y'all don't play games. Y'all using that damn system for a porn site again. Like I'm saying.
So did you guys see the article I put in the chat or no?
Yeah, that's
you saw what it said, right? It said that PlayStation 5, although it's doing well in sales in Japan, like it normally does, right? When they release something new, their console sales, their software sales for games is extremely low. Like they're not selling games.
Right.
So I jokingly, I guess they're doing Pornhub again because that doesn't make no sense. Why you buy a console and yet you don't buy the games unless they're just on PSN now and playing games that way? That is a possibility. You know what I mean?
Right. But he that's just why I read that. You think better than it.
And that article just came out. I think it was yesterday or today, something like that. So it's new. It's not like it's old. So I'm not making anything up. It is new.
Right.
Did they go anywhere?
To me, only people when it got in just stay in one narrative for the rest of their lives, be brainwashed by Sony, let them be that. Because like I said, I own the PS1, I own the PS2, I own the PS3. Now, somewhere down that mind, I had to make up my damn mind when they made a PS3, because when they came out with that home, they said it was gonna be more like live. And then when they reneged that, dude, I said the hell with that, because after that was it. Because it was so hard to turn around and get on live, to get on with your friends on the PS3. It was harder. Yeah, it was harder to get on the PS3 with your friend than it was the Xbox 360. You get on the friend of your 360 like it ain't nothing, but you had to toy and play with it on the PS3. So, and then you hear the narrative. You still hear the people saying that, oh, well, we had, you don't even hear it no more like you used to. Oh, we got the internet free on the Xbox 3 on the PS3. Not no more. They ain't doing that shit no more. They not even talking about that no more. You got a prescription that you gotta pay for the PS4 and the PS5. So thanks Microsoft. You know, so hey, well, y'all need to thank Microsoft. Well, I take that back. Now y'all don't need to thank Microsoft for that because Sony did that because they wanted to make money. So, and y'all asses fall for it like you always do. Y'all didn't stick with y'all guns. Once Sony decided to go ahead and go and make y'all pay, that complaint came. Y'all started complaining about that. So to me, when it comes down to power, when it comes down to the game system, when it comes down to the Game Pass, when it comes down to the best damn friends that you can talk to online, you can't beat the box. You just can't, fellas. The Xbox got it all, and the PSN and the Sony ponies want to be so damn brainwashed. It's a damn shame. So keep on wishing all our games come to your system because they're not, and that's it. And that's a damn shame because Sony got your asses brainwashed. Y'all motherfuckers crazy. Y'all crazy. That's all I gotta say about that.
So on that note, guys, Hebot, is still in the room, and we'll talk about this, and then we'll probably be getting on out of here. But we're going to talk about the Starfield. Even like the Vaca said, he sent a, he said something in the comment section about petitioning for Starfield or weird. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's another thing. The Starfield. See, this is what I mean, guys. You guys in the comment sections know this. How many years, Xbox brothers, have we been hearing Xbox got no games? How many years since 2013? And then our brother 100, Intramedia Gaming, he named his podcast on Saturday nights. Mind you, 11:30. Go check them out tonight. His podcast is called Xbox Got No Games. You know what I mean? But yet we have no games, right? But yet they're petitioning for our games or wishing that our games were over there on their preferred console. Now, how idiotic and stupid is that, man? Seriously. To make petitions for a Xbox for a game system that you hate so much.
Well, the whole idea of saying, you hear me, guys?
Yep.
Hello?
I can hear you.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Sega, man. I just wanted to say something.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
What you were saying. The whole idea of them saying Xbox has no games, right? Is just as stupid as them petitioning for games from Xbox that are coming to Xbox now. Because the whole idea behind that with them is that Xbox don't have no AAA games consistently. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what they were talking about. They were talking about, oh, but you guys haven't had AAA games. Listen, the measure of a game is not measured by the budget of a game. Measures of games for real gamers, right? This is what completely gives them away and lets you know that a big portion of people that are PlayStation fanatics, right, or PlayStation fans, they're gamers that are casual. They're not real gamers, right? In the sense, the way we use it, the way that it means something. If they were real gamers, right, then they wouldn't be saying Xbox doesn't have games. Because, yeah, we have the multiplats like they do. I get it. Yes, absolutely. So you can't really say that. But we had consistent games all throughout last generation. Consistently every year. No, year after year, even though there were smaller titles. Like when we got stuff like Aratana exclusively, which still is exclusive to today, it was still an exclusive title. When we got things like Max Curse of the Brotherhood, it was still an exclusive title. Shit, when we got things that Sony didn't have, like Super Time Force, or when we got The Lifeless Planet, or when we had games like The Turning Point, all those games that were on Xbox exclusive for almost 2-3 years before they even went on PlayStation, guess what? They were still exclusive on Xbox first. Just like it was when they're exclusive on Sony for 2 or 3 years, and then they go to Xbox, and then they say, oh, well, that don't count. The way when Nier Automata came over, right? Or when Crash came over, they were like, oh, that don't count anymore because it went to Xbox. You get what I'm trying to say? But like the game didn't count because it was on Xbox now, or like it wasn't important or it was irrelevant. That's the same idea and concept we could have used when it came to what's it called? Dead Rising 4. It was a year and exclusive for Xbox, and then when it went to PlayStation, guess what? It was irrelevant at that point. Same thing with Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider was exclusive for a year. When it came to PlayStation, guess what? It was irrelevant. It sold 7 million copies on Xbox, and that was before it hit PC. Aaron Greenberg himself tweeted it out. I still have that tweet, and he put it on one of those interviews with one of those articles, which I still have the receipt. Before it even went on PC, before there was Game Pass, 7 million copies. It went on PlayStation, and it only sold 1.2 copies. 1.2 million, and they were the leading platform. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that means the game was irrelevant because people played it already on Xbox. So that was a L, not an L, but that was a W for us as Xbox fans. We won because we had it first. Same thing like PUBG, same thing like Ori, same thing like Cuphead, same thing like Super Lucky Tales. We all had it first. It was exclusive to us. We had the Voodoo Vince remastered, which we only got charged $15. We had the fucking re-release of Phantom Dust completely for free. We had Halo Wars 2. We had Halo Strike Assault, the top-down shooter, which was also another exclusive. We had D4. We had Local Cycle. We had Crimson Dragon. All great games, smaller titles that didn't get a chance or a breath of light because they weren't on PlayStation, because they weren't exclusives on PlayStation, but yet they wanted to tout, oh my God, look, Journey remastered on PS4 is amazing when it was on PS3 and the game was so fucking overrated, it's not even funny. Was it different and unique? Yeah, but it was overrated. Compared to something like Max Curse of the Brotherhood, compared to Local Cycle, compared to Crimson Dragon, that game is garbage. You see what I'm trying to say? But yet they counted it. Something like Resogun, same thing, garbage compared to the games I just mentioned. Resogun was talked about by IGN for almost a year and a half. Okay? Because they didn't have no games at the very beginning that were AAA. They only had a few titles, which was really one. They only had which was The Last of Us Remastered and it was the other one, the Killzone, which was also very mediocre because Knack wasn't a AAA title. Knack was so lackluster, it wasn't even funny. I mean, Infamous. They had Infamous. The Infamous, the fourth one. Those were the only two games they had. And Infamous next to Sunset, again, didn't hold a candle. Sunset was a way better game than Infamous. Even when Ready at Dawn came out with, The Order 1886. Good game, had a lot of potential, but it wasn't better than Rise. You see what I'm trying to say?
No. Yeah, hell no.
Just like when they got Until Dawn. Good game, nice. It was an interactive movie, horror. Very good game. But again, it wasn't better than something like Dead Rising 3 or Titanfall, right?
Right.
We had D4. They never got it. Never even went on PC either. We had Connect Sports Rivals. It was an amazing, fun game that you could play with your family. We had so many options and diversity that people try to shrug off and put it to the side like, oh, no, that's not important. We had the Rare Replay collection, okay? We had fucking Halo Master Chief collection. We had the Gears of War Ultimate, the remaster of Gears 1, which the game was 10 years old. It deserved the remaster, okay? But yet when Ratchet & Clank, the first game, they made a third remaster again on PS4. Oh, it was amazing, even though it was the third time they or the second time they remastered the game, okay? But they want to brush off Gears when it was the first time it was remastered and they added content and was actually done correctly as a real remaster. We added content, added molds, added features, better gameplay, better graphics, better story mode added. That was never included before, only on PC, right? So again, those are the stupidities. When they say, oh, Xbox has no games, they're referring to Xbox don't have AAA games all the time or more than Sony did. Okay, towards the very end of the cycle, because it wasn't in the beginning, it was towards the end. And why was that? Because Microsoft didn't have in-house first-party studios. So they had to buy more in-house first-party studios and built. That's why they started to build the initiative. That's why they built the coalition. That's why they started to build, like they did, add more projects to Turn 10 or to even to 343s, right? So this is why they bought things like Ninja Theory, Compulsion Games, and fucking Double Fine, and and Playground Games, because they needed more studios. They needed it since the 360 era, because during the 360 era, what they did was just did a lot of third-party deals, and they bought a lot of they did a lot of deals with third-party developers and third-party games and stuff like that. That eventually came to PS4 after the PS3 era, right? And Phil didn't want to do that anymore. The same way they had to let go and close down Lionhead Studios, because Lionhead Studios made the Fable games, but they weren't selling as well as they initially wanted, right? With the Fable Connect game that didn't do too well either. The Fable Heroes, the beat 'em up game that came out in Xbox Live, that didn't do well either. Peter Molyneux said he wanted to go on his own and do some other stuff, so they let him go and they closed down Lionhead, right? That's the reason their contract ended with Press Play Studios, for example. And that's why Press Play went and created another label, and they allowed them to keep the game IP of Max Curse of the Brotherhood, and then they went and put it on PlayStation. Did it sell on PlayStation? No. The same way their contract with Twisted Pixels ended. And the last game they did was Loco Psycho, which nobody bought because they were more worried about what people talked about the game, saying that it wasn't great without even playing the game, instead of just buying the game, supporting it, and playing it and experiencing it for themselves. Mm-hmm. To this day, I know a lot of people that never even touched Loco Psycho have no fucking clue what it is. No clue how good of a game it is. They just judged it by playing it a little bit, and that was it. I had no clue. When Loco Psycho is the epitome of what video games are. It is the most unique game of that generation, including things like Sunset. It's right next to things like Sunset, and right next to things like a Way Out. From that, the other developer from I forget the name of that developer that did It Takes Two, which is also a phenomenal game. Okay, so again, that is the fact that they say Xbox has no games shows how dumb and ignorant they are, because that is not the case. Yes, they very much had games. Like we had Crackdown, we had Sea of Thieves, we had State of Decay 2. They think Sea of Thieves don't count as a game because it wasn't a game that is not in the traditional sense for them. It was different because they have pixel art graphics. Oh, Sea of Thieves not a game, but yet Ratchet and Clank is, because and it has pixel art graphics also. They're just two very different games, but Ratchet and Clank counts a drift apart, but Sea of Thieves doesn't. You know how dumb that sounds? So Crackdown 3 didn't count because the multiplayer, people were not happy with it because it was a new endeavor, something new that we're trying to do that never been done before. So it was a risk, and they took it, and it paid off in some ways it didn't. And people didn't, gravitate to the multiplayer, but the game itself, the campaign, is fantastic. It's better than 90% and more fun than 90% than 90% of PlayStation 4 games that came out that generation. It has co-op, it has multiplayer, it's fantastic. A good little story, real world actors, and amazing gameplay and fun factor, right? And it looks great. It looks fantastic. So, that tells you right there how ignorant they are. Now, rewind, fast forward, this generation, Microsoft has the studios. They're starting to make the bigger AAA titles to have more AAAs consistently. And now it's, we want your games, or they're being selfish, or they're monopolizing. They're trying to buy the industry, and they're not doing things fair. That's not right. And completely ignoring all the deals that Sony did, like when they did the deal with Final Fantasy, with Forspoken, when they did the deal with Street Fighter that they never came to Xbox, still hasn't, with Guilty Gear, with Arc System Works, and all these other games that I can mention. But nobody wants to call that out and act like it don't exist, please. The comedy has to start. It's just like with what Chuck said about the online structure, that it was free. They'll bring up, it was free last gen. Yeah, because it was a cheap online ecosystem, number one. And number two, y'all don't even realize that cost Sony last generation a lot of money, because they did it free because they knew they couldn't compete with Xbox Live and how big it was. So they tried to make it enticing, made it free, even though it was cheap. right? And lost a whole shitload of money. That's why in the PS4 era, they started to charge for the online ecosystem or online service, even though it was still felt like the PS3 online ecosystem. It was a little better, but it felt cheap still. Why? Because they needed money. Because they lost a lot of money. And the dum-dums in PlayStation land don't even realize that they needed to charge so that they can make money to put towards the PlayStation division. Because they lost a lot of money for making that shit free. Microsoft charged because they had dedicated servers. And those things have to be maintenance. Those things are expensive. That's why we got second step authentication, security. That's why we got better yield games with gold deals than a silver member. That's why we got access to certain things that silver members didn't. That's why we got free games from 360 that we actually kept whether we have Xbox Live or not with the service. All that was included in what you pay with Xbox Live. Plus the dedicated servers on every game, and they could use it for multiplats, and these multi-plat companies and developers did not utilize them to use their crappy online service that don't work for shit. Right? That's why Microsoft charged, because that's why you barely see anybody on Xbox ever complain that they have issues by getting hacked or that their account got hacked and got broken into the way it did on PlayStation during the PS3 and PS4 era, because of the security that they implemented, the services, and the ecosystem of online that Microsoft has created and developed for us Xbox fans and players on their consoles. So all that talk and rhetoric is just, you're giving yourselves away. You're showing that you're not real gamers. You want to play Starfield? Listen, Microsoft owns Bethesda. It's simple. Go buy an Xbox or get on their ecosystem on PC, on a tablet, on a laptop, on your whatever you want to call it is on the go that supports Xbox Game Pass. And stop begging to put it on Nintendo Switch. Stop begging to put it on PlayStation, because there's no profitability for Nintendo or Sony to put it there, because Game Pass will overshadow and will make their console and what they offer to their fan base look stupid. They're not going to allow a service that's going to make them less money and Microsoft more and make their console look dumb because they don't have a service to offer. You see what I'm saying? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so that's another thing. Every time I see, put it on the Switch. No, screw that. Don't put it on the Switch, because the Switch ain't gonna give us nothing. Nintendo ain't gonna give us shit. If they're gonna give us something, then we can play ball. If they're not, then no. Let them build their own shit. Why will we make their console look better and ours worse if they don't care about our, fan base? Just like the Japanese developers, that they don't care about the Xbox fan base when there's no risk. There's no excuses. Which I made a video about that today. I'll be up later on talking about we need to call out these Japanese developers.
I'll be checking it out.
So, again, like I said, so, that's my thoughts on that Starfield debacle and that whole thing, because that's just, again, what they always do. They did that all last generation when they wanted games. They did, I think, even for Titanfall. They did it for Rise. They did it for a couple of games. I don't remember exactly how many, but they did that shit for a bunch of games. The games are corny. Xbox is corny, but they want those games on their console. What's the difference in playing it on your console that you have on a PlayStation than it is on an Xbox? If it's still the same game. So that shows right there the hypocrisy and that they're frauds. It's just they want to hate Xbox. That's it. They don't want to give Xbox no props, no credit. That's all it is. It's all it is. And that's just ignorant. Ignorant. Can you hear me, Sigurd?
Yep, I can hear you, man. That was really good, man. That's some good points you made, man. Very, very well done, my brother. Hey, Tuck, if you're there, is there anything you want to say, man? Because we're going to get ready and close out about the Starfield with them petitioning to have their game over there, man. What do you think about that? You there, Todd?
You know what, fellas? I don't have anything to say about that. Professor Roboticus got it all summed up, and hey, Roboticus, I just gotta call you that name, man. I mean, you know, my Hebot brother, but I'm gonna start calling you Professor Roboticus. Just God dang it, man, because once you put it down, you put it down. And I mean, dude, no, there's nobody like you. There's nobody like you, man. So when it comes down to you doing your gaming and you two Sega man, y'all know y'all stuff.
I appreciate that, Tuck. Thank you for the
kind. I really do too, man. I appreciate it, man.
Well, hey, is this the guy who won is he on here?
Oh. Yeah, Smitty Smith. He won last week. He won the Ultimate Game Pass.
Smitty Smith.
Ask him, did that code work?
Hey, if you're still out there, my brother Smitty Smith, salute to you, my man. Did the Ultimate Game Pass code work for you? Let us know in the comment section, man. If you redeemed it or not, or yet, just let us know, man. In the comment section.
But say, man, I can't see anything else. I mean, we just hit on the barrelhead, and I want you to spend time with your family and all that stuff. But now I don't have anything to say about it. I mean, it's done. So, and that's it.
All right, man. Smitty Smith said he didn't redeem it yet, but he got it though. He has the code.
Okay.
He didn't redeem it yet, but I think he will. He's probably just saving it for a rainy day. You dig? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
If he put on there, that would actually help his base because that would actually
add of course. To it. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, I just want to say real quick, I agree with Hebot. Like he said, I have nothing else to say about it either. I just wanted to hear what Hebot's perspective was about it, man. If you want to really play our games, the true games, the greatness that we got over here, you know what I mean, you're going to have to either get an Xbox or your phone, your laptop, and get that Ultimate Game Pass, because that's the only way you're going to play these games. Microsoft did not spend all this money for ZeniMax and to acquire Bethesda to put our games on your system. They just didn't.
Well, Sega man, look, to add something really quick, right?
Yeah.
We are Xbox dudes, and we're smart enough to know that there's no way in hell that Sony's going to put God of War on Xbox, or that Nintendo's going to put Mario on Xbox.
That's right.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Never.
We're not that fucking. We're not stupid like that. So what do? If we want to play them, we'll just go buy the console when we want to, whether it's at launch, when it costs $10 in a thrift store, the way my man Snake Man be doing, or whether it's halfway through the cycle of the generation when it's $200.
Right.
The point of the matter is, we know, and we're smart enough to understand that those games identify with those consoles. So we're going to play them and buy them and support them if we want to play them on those platforms. We're not going to go do a petition, put God of War on Xbox, put Mario Brothers on X. We're not going to do that.
Nope.
You understand? We're not going to do that. We're going to go and buy those consoles to play those games because they're owned and they identify with those companies. It's that simple. So stop asking for Halo on your fucking console. Stop asking for Gears on your console. Fuck yeah. Get an Xbox. Get a PC. I don't give a fuck where you play it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? Stop acting like desperate pork begging bitches.
That's what they sound like too.
You sound stupid. You sound dumb. And then you gotta make sound like somebody like Pete Hines, that's a complete, elegant professional. Go out his way and be like, well, the only thing I can tell you is sorry, but I play my PlayStation games on PlayStation. That's basically what he said. So he's telling you indirectly, go buy an Xbox to play our games on Xbox. That's it.
Yeah.
You guys don't want to be treated like slow pokes and little babies, but that's what you act like. So that's what you're going to get treated like. That's all I wanted to add, Sega man. I'm sorry. Sega man.
Right,
You
man.
hear me?
So yeah, I can hear you. So hey, maybe you learned something today. You know what I mean? Stop listening to people. And if you want to really play, our games, man, you got to go out there and buy the software. You got to go out there and buy the,
Yeah, go buy the software, God damn it.
go
Yeah.
buy it, man. Go buy the Xbox, whatever. If you, like Hebot said, we don't care what you played on. That's right. We don't care what you played on. Playing on your Obama phone, or whatever, do what you got to do, So, sign up. So we're going to start with Tuckmaster. Tell everybody in the chat and everybody out there listening where they can find you, my man.
Hello, everybody. This is your boy DJ. Oops. Hello, everybody. This is your boy DJ Tuckmaster, the original pony killer. I mean, the damn original pony killer. I could not have. I mean, we could not have said it any better ourselves about what's going on with these systems and all that stuff. So guys, y'all can reach me on Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, Twitter, and all that good stuff. So I'm not on there that much, but when I do get on there, I do a lot of reading, and I see a lot of stuff that's going on with these gaming industries and everything and all that stuff. So that's really basically about it. But like Sega Man and Hibatica said, if you want to join a good system, get off that pony dust and come out and just buy an Xbox, or either just get the ultimate, either just get the Game Pass, the Ultimate Game Pass, and let that be that. Because if you ain't getting that, you ain't getting it. You ain't getting it from any other system. So, and that's it, But fellas, always enjoying talking to y'all. Hey, but Sega Man, you get over there and enjoy your family. Because that's family, that's what it's all about. And Hibaticus, as of right now, your name is, from here on out, as far as I'm concerned, your name is Professor Hibaticus. Okay.
Oh, he left.
Yeah, he left. So
he'll be back. He probably fell out.
Okay.
But hey, I want to say before our brother Tuck leaves, I always do this on my podcast. I want to shout out everybody that rocked out with us on the Alpha podcast. Always appreciate everybody coming and rocking out with me and Tuck and Hebot. But I'm going to give a thanks to Killer Shaven 82, T Reaper, brother Rain G4, Wild Horse 74, Craig Simmons, a new guy that came over. What's up, Craig? Craig Simmons Gaming TV. Shouts out to him. Shouts out to Peltrex. He's always in here. You know what I mean? When he can make it. Shouts out. I said shouts out to T Reaper. You know what I mean? Just everybody that joined us. Our brother Smitty Smith, salute to you and congratulations again on your code for Ultimate Game Pass from our brother Tuck. So, salute to him, Smitty Smith. Mr. Kima was in here. He came and hung out with us today. You know what I'm saying? And Dakota Vaca, my brother Vaca, man, was in here, man. We always rock out with my boy Vaca. He's from my side of town. So shouts out to that good brother. And also shouts out to 100. He just came in at the end of the show. What's up with you? What's good with you, man? What's good with 100? That's Hollywood. What's up, brother? Oh, and also, go check out our brother's podcast, man. Tonight at 11:30, Intermedia Gaming. My brother, my homie G100, always keeping a buck, don't give to. So go check him out tonight on Xbox Has No Games with Flip Money, Chaos and the crew, and your host, 100, always keeping it a buck, man. All right, Tuck, man, I'm going to get out of here. I don't think Hebot's going to make it back in, but I'm going to get going, brother. All right, so I'll be talking to you later, man. You still there?
Yes, I'm still here, man. You have a nice day, man.
All right, brother, and I'll talk to you. And shouts out to the XL podcast, man. It comes on Sunday.
Let me get through, and let me say this one more thing. Mr. 100 is not no Hollywood, okay? He is not Hollywood. He might want to be Hollywood. I'm hoping that he's listening to it, but yeah. I'll be on in a minute. But he's not that Hollywood guy.
And shouts out to our podcast on Sunday, our XL podcast, where it all started from with our brother E-Rock, the Don King of Xbox, and Unlimited Productions, myself, and DJX Tuckmaster. Come and check us out. tomorrow. I think he put it for 6 p.m. man. Tomorrow. It's usually 7, so I don't know if he changed the time. You might have to Instagram him, but come and check us out on the Exile podcast tomorrow evening, guys. All right, peace and love. Xbox for life. Exile Alpha Brothers. We don't die, we multiply. Peace, man.
See you later.